Hello everybody and welcome to Wesley's Plant World with me, Wesley Peterson, and today I am very happy and thankful because my channel has reached 7,000 plus subscribers. So I want to thank each and every one of you 7,000 plus subscribers for helping to support my channel and to help to grow my channel, because without you there would be no YouTube channel to expand. And that is what this is all about. It's about sharing the love, joy and interest of houseplants, garden plants and gardening with the whole wide world. And if you are attracted to seeing this video, well, you'll see it, and I hope you'll take a few seconds out of your day while you're watching to go ahead and like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and write comments if you feel that you would like to share something with me or someone else, or if you have a story to tell, or if you have information to share, if something may be incorrect or correct, and we can all learn together, because that's what this is all about. I do not know everything. I am just having fun with my hobby and my life and what I've learned through my course and everything else. And I just compile all of this here, little snippets of what I do in my little universe here. Because that's what this is. I'm here at home on my own, doing my thing with my plants or in my garden. And now and again, I'll be like, oh, I want to make a video about this and show other people and hopefully encourage someone to do something themselves, or for them to share it with someone else that they might think that's interested in seeing my content. And it's just so much fun. There's so much we get out of plants, the amazing energy exchange between us and them, and how much we learn about ourselves and the world around us. And well, with that in mind, I just want to give a huge thank you to a special somebody online who is also a plant YouTuber and is a fantastic teacher and an expert in semi-hydroponics, as well as many other things. And that is this fantastic person here. All hail the Lecca Queen. Yes, this is Nora. She is the Lecca Queen and she is absolutely fantastic. Her videos are top quality. Her videos are detailed. She has so much charm and charisma in her videos. She has so much information and insight, and she goes into so much detail that she makes looking after plants seem so easy. And of course it is when you know what to do. But that doesn't mean you can't go out and experiment anyway. Just go out there and buy yourself a plant and have fun. That's what I always say. But as you're learning, go and have a look at fantastic YouTube channels like the Lecca Queens, because, well, you will learn so much. And the plants I have in front of me, I want to show off to all of you, and you, Nora, because I know that you are watching this video, and I just want to show you how much I've learned from watching your channel. So the first plant I want to get into is my Philodendron Erubescens Prince of Orange. And look at him here. Look at this amazing orange leaf that has grown out on this plant. And I've had this plant now around a month, and it has grown out its second orange leaf. Now this leaf here was orange and it's already turned green. This leaf is even bigger than that one. And when this leaf was unfurling last week, it was half this size. And I came back from my cottage and now it's just huge. And there's a new leaf coming out at the bottom down here. This plant I transferred from soil to semi-hydroponics using what the Lecca Queen calls the long method. And that is where you get your plant, you wash all of its soil roots off, and then put it into a nutrient mix without any holes in a container all the way up to the stem, and you allow the plant to grow out water roots before transferring it to this setup, which is hydroponics with Lecca balls and just a nutrient reservoir at the bottom, halfway up to 1/3 up of the container, and then your plant grows out roots down into that and gets the oxygen above. I've put holes in this see-through container so that my plant gets oxygen all the way around, just like you do, the Lecca Queen, right? So I want to show you my container closer up because I want to show that I've done all of this correctly. First of all, look at this amazing leaf. You can't say that that is not charming, right? This is a charming prince, and this plant is doing so well. As I said, there's a new leaf coming out. But this is my cachet pot with my nutrient mix in it. Here are my Leca balls, and here are my new soil roots coming out. So let's have a look at those. There you go. You can see them as clearly as day. This plant has transferred from soil to semi-hydroponics very, very well using the long method. So we can go around and we'll see if there's any more roots to see. Yes, there's one here starting to grow down, and you can see from this line, that's where my nutrient mix goes up to. So this area of the Leca balls is wicking up the nutrient mix into the top layer, keeping it moist, but it has a lot of oxygen, and down here is submerged in the nutrient mix. And I have used a soldering iron to put holes along the edge all the way around to create oxygen flow in and around the roots all the time. And this plant, well, it's doing amazingly. So that was just the first plant I wanted to show you all with my plant in the full semi-hydroponic setup. In front of me here, I have my Philodendron Aerobescens Pink Princess, or I have two plants here actually, that I will be putting in one container together. And they are just sitting in the nutrient mix. So they are in the middle of the long method. So this is the hydroponic method, the passive hydroponics, because there are no moving parts, there's nothing making a water flow or bubbles to create oxygen in the nutrient mix. It's standing still, and that's why this is passive hydroponics. But so is semi-hydroponics. That's also passive hydroponics because of the same reason. These are doing really well. There you go. You can see the roots, plain as day, two plants. And I'm really enjoying that they're growing out lots of small new leaves and everything's going really well with them. I just want to bring these in now to show you the transfer of soil roots to water roots. So here we go. This is my first plant, and look at this lovely little pink piece down here, and there's pink on this leaf and there's pink on this one, and it's very dark burgundy and looking wonderful, and it's pushing out lots of new leaves up here. Let's have a look at these water roots that have grown out on these soil roots. And from this plant, you'll be able to easily see that some of these soil roots here, when I go and wash them later, will slough off, and they won't be mixed in with the Leca balls. If I should have rinsed the roots straight away and put this straight into Leca balls, all of those roots will have sloughed off in the Leca balls, and that would cause organic materials to be laying around in the Leca balls, and that would cause root rot eventually, and the plant would die. So this method is very good for cleaning out as much as possible, and also for loosening as much of the soil that was on these soil roots off as possible as well, because it can be quite difficult to get all the soil off, but as long as you get as much off as possible, you'll be okay. So now have a look at these wonderful water roots. Look at them. Aren't they amazing? Look at that long one on my arm. It looks like a cockerel, doesn't it? Or something like that. So these roots have done really well in this passive hydroponic setup, and they've been in water now actually for I think around two and a half weeks. And this is the result. So this plant is ready to go into semi-hydroponics as soon as possible. So there you go. You can see more of those water roots on this plant. So this one will also transplant very easily. And the rest of the roots that are hanging on, they'll also be fine, and they'll start growing out even more water roots with time as well. So that's another setup that's gone very well. I'm very pleased with that. Now we get on to my last setup here, and this is my Epipremnum aureum mandula that I have staked up on my own homemade Leca ball stake, and it is in a semi-hydroponic setup as well, the same as my Philodendron Aerobescens Prince of Orange. This stake is being held up with a plastic rod at the back, exactly like the Lecca Queen does. And I went out and bought this material here. This is kind of a plastic material, this black that I've used to make the stake, which is used in gutters up on your roof to stop the leaves falling into the gutter. I got this here in Sweden at a store called Hem och Fix. So if you live in Sweden, you know where you can go and get that. So this is perfect for making this. It's soft and pliable, and you can just use your zip ties to hold it all together, place it down in your Leca ball setup, and it's good to go. So this is going to help my lovely plant grow up to the top of this stake, and I will also be able to extend this if I want to at some point. But I will at some point make a video on how I made my Leca ball stake. that's for another time. I can just tell you that I've made a Lecca ball stake instead of using a moss pole like the Lecca Queen does, because I'm actually allergic to mold and fungus. So if I should have too many sphagnum moss poles in my apartment and they should get mold or anything like that on them, then I would be affected by that and then it wouldn't be very good for my health. So I've chosen to go with Lecca balls. They're just as clean and tidy as the rest of the pot. They will be able to wick up some of the moisture some of the way up into the pole, and I would easily be able to go up and water this pole at the top. I know it's not going to stay moist for long periods, but that doesn't matter. When I go in and shower my plant off or whatever, I will be able to shower the whole thing over and it will get moisture from that, and I will water through this as I fill up my reservoir at the bottom each time to give it some moisture, and I'm sure this plant will be able to get some roots in there and grow up anyway. So with this plant, I also did a shorts video to show you the whole process of transferring it from soil to semi-hydroponics, so I just want to show you that now. This is my Epipremnum aureum mandula. Look at these absolutely gorgeous leaves. This plant at the moment is in a pot with soil, as you can see here, growing out these cuttings very beautifully. These are all the lovely roots that I'm about to wash off thoroughly so that I can transfer this plant to semi-hydroponics. But before that, I place them in a nutrient mix so that the roots can grow out more water roots and rinse off the last part of the soil so they're ready to be placed into Leca. I've made myself a Leca pole for them to grow up, and I have tied them to the bottom of this pole now, so they're ready to go into their pot with the Leca balls. And here you can see the roots, here you can see my beautiful plant, and in its cachet pot ready for nutrient mix. This is me done. I really hope you enjoyed seeing the 1 minute whiz around of this plant as well and how it is, and I can't wait to see how long it's going to take for this plant now to grow up to the top of this stake, and it's around 80 centimeters tall. We'll see how it goes. And I am looking to you again, Lecca Queen, because I'm hoping that my plant is going to get huge leaves like yours with time. And all of you out there, if you've not been to the Lecca Queen's channel and seen her Epipremnum aureum mandula and her other epipremnums and all sorts of other plants with the most amazing huge leaves, because they're growing up these lovely sphagnum moss poles, then you need to get yourself over to her channel as well, see those videos, get inspired, and also subscribe. Because wow, this has just gone so well for me and I'm so happy and thrilled with this. And just so that you know how many plants I've already transferred to semi-hydroponics, this whole shelf behind me here is all semi-hydroponics, apart from my mother plant of my Epipremnum aureum Enjoy. I've cut all of the long vines off and they are in passive hydroponics right now, growing out roots. But everything else I have going on here, my large Scindapsus trubii Moonlight up here is in semi-hydroponics. All of my cuttings at the back, my Scindapsus Pictus Exotica. This here is a whole arrangement of different Dracaenas Sansevieria plants. They are all doing so well, and I found out the thing that works with them is I don't leave them with any reservoir at the bottom. I water them with nutrient mix and I let them dry out. I water them with nutrient mix and I let them dry out, and they're doing okay. I've been away from here for over a week now and they're looking a little bit dehydrated. So I think now I'm ready to give them a little bit more of a reservoir at the bottom, but not too much. So it will be probably 1/2 centimeter. That's it. Just so that they can wick up a little bit more moisture over a longer period. At the bottom, you can't see what's going on, but I've got everything from Hoyas, Haworthiopsis and Gasteria, all sorts of things going on. And I also have at the back, in my window at the back here, another Dracaena Sansevieria plant. So all of these are doing really well, but just so you know, I'm not going to be transferring each and every single one of my plants to semi-hydroponics. I cannot do that. My larger plants are too big for that. They're too established. They're doing too well. My huge Scindapsus Pictus Exotica, I will not be touching that. That is in its nursery pot. It's just had a top up of soil. It's been doing great for me for over 3 years. I will not be touching that, and any other big plants I have. But most of my small plants and plants that I want to try and stake up with a Lecca ball pole like this, then I will be transferring those and see how it goes. So anyway, I didn't want this video to be too long because this was only supposed to be a thank you video for all of you 7,000 plus subscribers for helping me grow my channel. I'm really thank you for that. So I am going to round off now, and be sure to check in because I have so many different videos coming up about all sorts of different things with my house plants, garden plants and gardening. And well, despite me having audio problems and not being very good at the editing of my videos and so forth, I'm really thankful that you're sticking around, you're sticking with me, and maybe one day it will get better, I'm not sure, but my focus is my plants and having fun, and I'm just giving you a little glimpse into my world to encourage you all. So I am really thankful that despite me not being the best YouTube editor out there, that you stick around and encourage me to carry on doing this, because if you didn't want to watch my videos, then well, there'd be no point making them. But I know that there are plenty of you out there that do want to, and I know there are around 85% of my viewers that are still watching my channel but haven't subscribed, and it takes no time to go and click that button, and you would make me so happy. So please, if you are watching this video right now, just click that button and like this video. And if you have the time and you wish to, you can write a comment for me to share with everyone else, information, stories, to correct something that might be misunderstood or wrong or right or whatever. As long as we're happy, polite, positive energy, love and light, then it's all okay, because this is for fun. This is not for anything else. And there are plenty of YouTube videos to go out and check out so you get a good, rounded, diverse overview of what you can do with your own plants. So all I have to say now is thank you very much once again for watching this video with me. You 7,000 plus subscribers, thank you so much. And I will see you in another one of my videos very soon. Goodbye.